Steve is going to introduce our guest.
Okay, tonight we're fortunate to have two of the great drivers from Flemington Speedway here tonight to reminisce about their past and for you to ask questions and maybe to converse a little bit with each other as we were a couple of minutes ago. I'd like to introduce, first of all, Larry Kline, 1980 Flemington Speedway track champion, winner of all kinds of features there, drove for some of the great car owners. Larry, good to see you. Tonight by one of the great sportsman drivers, a modified feature winner, mini stock winner, and all-around great driver throughout the whole state of New Jersey, Mr. Newt Hartman. Newt?
Let me start it off. Any questions?
I remember back in, I don't know, maybe it was the late 70s, early 80s, we had this thing in the race paper to fight in a bulldog. Did you drive that car?
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about that. Was that a Frankie Mangone car?
Yeah, that was a Mangone car. That was first year moving up from the sportsman to the modifieds. And we had finished the 78 season chasing Newt in the sportsman division, but, you know, he kept us behind him. And we moved up to modified, and through the winter, Barry didn't know who would be driving the car. So he was
you drove Barry's sportsman car?
Right.
Okay.
And he said he was moving up to modified, but he said he had to work on getting a partner he was going in with to want me to drive it. He wanted somebody else. So then when we finally had dinner one night, he says, all right, everything's good, you're going to drive the car. And then that's when he told me it was going to be Trent Mack team car. And then he started putting them Fight of the Bulldog deals into the paper. And when I first started seeing them, I said, you know, not like pressure, you know. It's like you're going from a sportsman car up to a modified. You got Plosky up there, you got Fitzcharles, you got Chamberlain, you got Brightville coming in, and it's like you got all these. We're going to go kick ass. I said, yeah, all right. It'll be a big embarrassment on opening day here. It just don't work. But that was like, every week when I came out, that was like, now what do you say I'm going to do? But that was, him and his daughter made them up each week, put them in the paper. It was fun reading, I guess, all through that winter there until the season started. And we came out of boxing ring fairly well, so I was happy that we did run good, you know. I think the first night out we had a decent night, finished fourth in the feature or something, so we ran good. So I lived up to the pressure, I guess.
Now, was that car four bar?
4 bar, yeah.
Okay.
That was one of Frank's first 4 bars. Yeah, I liked the 4 bar cars.
And it had a pretty good range in it?
Yep. Yeah. Had a lot of power. When I needed it, it was there, yeah. It was a good car. And then at the end of the season, when they decided to buy their own car, Trent Mack, and Barry was going to go one way and Trent Mack was going the other way, they said, where are you going? I said, where's that motor? I went with the motor. And then got the luxury of driving a Grand King car, which was, you know, at the time they were the Cadillacs to drive, and fortunate to race one of them and get a championship.
Now, you also drove for Shaq too, right?
Yes, I did. Yep, 1980.
Really, right?
Yeah, it wasn't long. Not very long. I don't even know if I got that full season in, but I won the Ace Lane, Ace's dad's memorial race in 1980 with it. So I still have that trophy and plaque home. That was a big accomplishment with the modified. And you know, back in that day, you had all the Reading guys they just came over. So you know, Flemington wasn't bad enough, and now you bring all Reading's, a lot of Reading's good guys there. And it was extremely tough. I mean, then I had my own car for a while. I had a Tony File motor, 482 with injectors, and a John Burnett chassis. I did okay. Tony had just got into the dirt racing, and he just didn't have the cams right. And boy, I could not get that car hooked up. Gerald Chamberlain actually came over to me and he said, man, if I could have your motor, because he would always get underneath me in 3, and but you know, he knew that I had the motor, I just could not hook the car up. So So that was kind of short-lived too, burned up the tires, and the expense was just too much for me to bear, so I kind of bailed out on the modifieds.
Was that the main reason why you stuck with small blocks and started on the leader and all that, just the expense of big blocks?
Yeah, and I just liked running a small block. I mean, I didn't even care if it was a big small block, because at the end there, Mike Tosco got a 400 small block, and again, it was short-lived. A lot of the modified stuff with me was short-lived, but we went down to Bridgeport, and I just literally blew them away with the 400 small block, 2 to go, straightaway lead and rear win. So that's kind of the way things went with the modified. I did win one of the dozen races down there at Bridgeport with my small block. Started 13th too. It wasn't like I started right up front and held on for the 12 laps. I came from 13 to win it. I just liked the small block. You just didn't have to lift. You could run hard. And I like doing a big block. You couldn't really bury your foot in those.
What's your most memorable win?
Oh, I don't know. I had quite a few, to be honest. The 100 lapper at Flemington, I know the one night, I mean, I didn't even park, because you kind of park in your same spot at Flemington all the time. When I got there was no more spots left. That's how many cars was there. Back in the day, I mean, you got a lot of race cars. I actually had to park between the first turn and the pit over basically where the fans were, because there was just no room. And I won that night, and that was memorable. And not a win, but memorable, is I took my small block to the fair show one year. And long story short, that's when Billy Osmond was driving a statewide 3. And he didn't run there regularly, but he was there for the fair show. Started up front, I don't remember where, third with the modifieds. Got the lead, and I didn't hear nothing. Everything was going real good, and all of a sudden, I hear a big block. And I knew who it was going to be. Not that I knew that I was going to be in the lead. It was a statewide 3. Just nipped me. But that was memorable. Because I don't care what, Flemington was, it was a tough racetrack.
You drove for Bobby Smith for a while too, didn't you?
I did, the 16th.
Yeah.
Yep. That was one of the deals too. That car always pushed. He could never get the push out of it. And, you know, I didn't get the results he wanted. So he fired me, and he got Sandy Rochelle the following week, and he flipped it out of the park. So, you know, enough said. Enough said. I could have done that, but, you know, I didn't.
How about you, Larry? Memorable win?
Memorable win, I guess, you know, would be the Mike Garback Memorial, me and Cozy, the photo finish. You know, you had to wait a week to see who won, you know, and it's like one of them deals, you see it, if you're a race fan and even a driver, you watch a lot of them close finishes and you all the time watch and you say, if he just lifted a little bit, let his tires bite, he would have just got a lot of lead on the man, you know, and I did the same thing as everybody else. Foot to the floor, right to that checkered flag, not lifting one bit, you know, to let the tires get a better bite than him, but we both went across and you waited a week. So that's pretty, I think that's a pretty memorable one. And then another one that would be memorable, I didn't win it, you know, just like Newt said, you got races that did good and you didn't win. And the one I made the 3 laps up on the 100 lapper, you know, late on the 3rd lap, wound up in an accident and didn't bend it up, just got stuck in the accident and then made the 3 laps up, but, you know, the motor just going to take it and puked itself with about 10 to go.
I know one of your wins was memorable for me. I was running second. And 2 laps to go, I just got underneath the leader, and I don't think I had half a lap, and you come by me and got me for the win.
Sorry.
That's not what they told me that night.
There's a couple guys that said sorry too. Because you beat me too many times.
Yeah, right.
I get to pay you back once in a while.
Oh, no, I don't know about that.
It's like between you and Cal, so I always watch back you 2 guys.
Now, what's both of your thoughts on the, I guess at one time with the 5-win rule and 3-win rule that Cool put in? I mean, would you stay in small blocks the whole time, Larry, and Newt?
Well, when he put that, you know, we just discussed that.
Talked about that.
He said it was 3. I thought it was 7. back then, that when they first put it in, and then they chopped it down. I think the first year it was 7, and they chopped it down after that, because everybody complained that was a lot, but that was in 78, because Newt won, and I had 6 wins going into the last show, and we showed up at the last show, and then Barry always sold his cars right near the end of the season, so I had to bring my own car. And then, like, I battled Newt over in Windsor with my own car at Windsor, so this was going to be a chance to battle him at Flemington with my car. So he won his heat, I won my heat. We started back in where our normal 17th, 18th, the race to the front. And he was like Billy, he beat me to the front, I'd have to track him down. So the race starts, we start running our way through, and I knew if I won, it was going to be number 7, but that was the only purpose I came over, was to win. You know, brought my own car there, saying I could win at Flemington with my own. Everybody said I could only win with the A car, you know. So we show up, we had a good night. The feature started in Newt, and I was watching his tail disappear into the sunlight up there, and I was saying, well, I'm going to track him down. And he got squeezed by a lap car and made it easy for me. He wound up losing his front end, so made it easy. But his brother made it tough. His brother stayed on me and made me run it to the end. So the Hartmans were always after me.
You ran sprint cars for a while, didn't you?
3 years. Should have stayed there. I enjoyed them. I always loved the sprint cars, you know. It was like one of them deals. My father bought the stock car when I was overseas, and when I came home, I started running that. And the dream was to run a sprint car, and when I finally got a chance to run it, I enjoyed it. I won one heat race up in Malta, New York with it, and ran steady. Used to go out to Selinsgrove or Susquehanna on Sundays, because when the 410s ran 3 nights out there, their fields on Sunday night would be like 18, 20, so I'd give feature time out there. Enjoyed it. It was an expensive venture for me, but I enjoyed doing it. Would have liked it ran better, but...
And Newt, how did you guys get running an Humphreys car in the mini stock division? How did that come about?
Well, I used to go up to George's, you know, to his business, and probably the way it started, George didn't like to lose. So if he got beat by, like, Bob Hackle, that's when he says, come on, let's go up there and I'll have you run against him. So basically it was one of those deals where he says, you know, I can't beat him, go up and see if you can. So, and he loved that, he just loved winning. And we had a lot of fun. We won a lot of races. The Pocono race, there was always 80 to 100 cars there, and we won that a couple times, and we had a lot of fun. We went down to New Smyrna Beach in Florida, we went down for the full week, and then they canceled after 3 or 4 races. Then we went to dirt. We didn't have no dirt tires, so we used the asphalt tires. We went on the dirt track too with the car, so we had a lot of fun. Flemington Fair, they'd always have those like on a Tuesday and a Friday, and we won a lot of those. I had a lot of fun with George.
How was that car on Pocono? I always wondered.
To me, honestly, it was easy, because I just think it's a lot easier to go to asphalt from dirt than it is the other way. And actually, the one I kind of stole the show. I was running 4th, going down the back with 1 to go. And the guy in the lead blew. When he blew, he went up in a wall, let down an oil slick. Well, I went dirt tracking. I went right across the corner, came back out, Stully gave me the white flag, and I said, no way, this can't happen. It did. I won. So that was pretty good.
Is George running any stock you drove, Humphreys?
Boy, I think it is. I don't think I've done Kenny Hammer's Mazda. I'm thinking maybe once, but I don't think I did. I know Jay Eaton drove that, Pete Madsen. Yeah, I think it's pretty well just George. Yeah.
Larry, how'd you ever come about the Pink Panther design your car? What was behind that?
One of the gimmicks.
Yeah.
At the time, it was a popular cartoon, and I liked the cartoon, and, you know, I tried blue and orange, that was pretty ugly, and then I tried the black and orange, and so, you know, through the winter I decided, well, we'll just paint it pink and put a Pink Panther on it, you know, and I liked Kramer Williamson's colored sprint car at the time, so we painted it up, you know, a couple years there we went with them fluorescent pinks, then we finally went with the Playboy pink with the first, I think my first Tobias 4-bar car, took it up to Toby's there to have him show me how to set it up, work the bars and all. And at that time, he had Kramer working with him in the shop, you know, so.
Yeah.
He says, roll your car in the garage there, so we rolled it off the trail, he put the door up, and we rolled it in there, and as soon as he seen it was pink, the first person he hollered at, Kramer, you gotta come over here. So Kramer thought it was pretty nice too. That was what we did it as a gimmick, you know, then I stuck with it.